Good afternoon. In this video, we're going to go over this past week's trades and the weekly recap. Before I get into the recap, if you're not in the room, you can find the link in the description of the video and in my bio section of social media accounts. Also, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Let's see. I finished this past week with, 14 wins and 2 losses for a win rate of 87.5%. Definitely very good. Very happy about that. This week was a little crazy to trade, but we'll get into that when we get to it. Let's see. Traded his room on the 19th. SPY puts under 554, where is the 19th? Right here. Okay, I was expecting something to happen. Of course, nothing did. So SPY puts, what I say, under 554, which is, what? I got the right day. No, I don't get the right day. Here we go. Right here is 554, this low. I like to round to the nearest dollar or half dollar when it comes to pre-market levels, because there's no point using exact numbers when it's very too volatile for the first 10-minute candle, and it doesn't really matter. The exact numbers don't. So usually the only time I will pay attention to exact numbers is when the chart's developed or I'm doing an ORB play. So with that said, first 2-minute candle was green. Let's see what I take. I didn't do anything for the first half an hour. Monday mornings I've been kind of sketched out by them, because I usually, if I take a loss, it's almost always on a Monday morning on the ORB play, which is open range breakout or breakdown. First 2-minute candle is green, and if I took calls a higher day, it would have been a fake out. Look, I just did this crap. Even though it may have broken higher day right here, I don't think it would have been enough to make him green, because it's only a few cents more right there. So yeah, that would have been a stop out. So luckily, I stuck to my guns and I didn't take anything. I waited. It's 9:50 right there. It wasn't quite 10 o'clock. Here it broke higher day. I don't know. To me, I just didn't want to take the higher day right here. I just felt like a fake out. And then when it broke new lower day, this is where I took puts. I took puts at 10:03, which is this candle right here. As soon as it broke lower day, maybe even took it on the 555. I'm not quite sure, but either way, I got the 55.50 puts at 7:30, and then went from 7:30 to 10:40. So yeah, I probably got a lower day right here. So definitely a good play out of that. $3 plus. I can't complain about that. Then when it quickly got bought back up and went back to higher day, I went and switched to calls. I took the 55.70 calls at 750, and they went from 750 to 1370. So it dumped. I don't remember what the news was. It just quickly got bought back up. And this is what SPY's been doing. It dumps and quickly recovers. It's just crazy. It's kind of hard to trade. And the rest of the day, I wasn't playing this game. I hate when SPY does this. It just keeps going up and up and up. Not much of a pullback. I mean, a little bit of a pullback here, and it broke higher day. I mean, I could have took calls right there, but it just was sketched out by it, and then it just kept doing this. Every red candle was pretty much getting bought, and I don't like playing SPY when it does that bullshit. So I stayed away from it the rest of the day. Then on the 20th, Trade Ideas Room, I said SPY calls off 560, which is up here at this area right here. Round it down a little bit. 560 all-time high is let me bring out the daily. Yeah, all-time high is right here at 565. To me, if it got over 560, that it was going to go make a run at all-time high. And the fact that it came so close to making an all-time high and didn't, very shocking to be considered, to be completely honest, because it just whenever they get this close to all-time high, they just like to run it to all-time high. Everybody piles and puts at all-time high for a double top. Then SPY just squeezes, and if SPY does manage to get to 565 all-time high again, it's going to push to 570, because everyone's going to buy puts at all-time high, and it's just going to end up leading to a squeeze. So that's just how market makers work. They like to play scumbag moves like that, and that's what they do. So That's why I said if I get over the 560 area, which was what day? This day right here, the 20th. Right here, yeah, 560. We were going to make a run to 565, but first 10-minute candle's green. So I took calls when we made new high day on the second 10-minute candle. I took the 56.20 calls at $6, and they went from $6 to 10.10, so a $4 plus move on that. I didn't take puts right here. I think that I was I felt like chasing it, and I just didn't do it. We had an FU set up. I probably should have taken the FU set up, but I didn't. I waited and took calls at 11.57, which is right here. You get all these candles right here clustered together, and it's holding the 200 EMA, which is the purple line. And so when I got over, I think it was 558.50 or 60ish, is where I grabbed calls. I grabbed the 56.05 calls at 720, and they went from 720 to 910, so almost a $2 move, and that popped the VWAP. The VWAP rejected it. Then I took calls again at 207, which should be right here. So I took it probably, if I have to say, what did I get it at? 5, and then went to 11. Yeah, 5, and then went to 11. So I probably grabbed it over 558.70. You get the wicks of these candles in the body, so I grabbed it right here. I grabbed the 5600 calls at $5, and they went from 5 to 11.80, so that ended up being a 100% plus move on that. So definitely happy about that. And then Wednesday we had an FOMC day, which was no Powell, but there was just the minutes. And to me, those are the best days to trade because SPX is cheap, the IV is low, implied volatility is low, and you can get at the money for like $5 or $6, and a small move just sends 100% like nothing. And I definitely like seeing something like that. So the trade ideas room on the 21st, which was Wednesday, I said SPY calls over 560 again. It's flirting with that 560 number again. So when it made new first 10-minute candles green, like seeing that. So I grabbed calls over the first on the second 10-minute candle over high a day. Took the 56.30 calls at 560, and they went from 560 to 810. So that made like a $2 plus move on that, almost $3. So that was definitely good. Then I took puts at 1016 right here. Now this move, I missed the initial drop, so I think I ended up waiting for like a small pop, small retracement to grab it. And I grabbed the 55.80 puts at 560, right in here-ish, right around the 559, maybe even 560 area, right around in this area, somewhere around VWAP. Then I ended up adding up here because I was thinking that we were going to have a range day. This was the top. It was getting bought up. We were going to stay within a range, and we were going to drop more, at least go back to the bottom of the range. So I was thinking, okay, I'm going to average down, thinking we're in a range. Then it popped, and I just dumped it. And, it is what it is. I don't know if they went green or not. I think they did, or they came close. I'm not quite 100% sure. If they didn't there, they probably did down here. But anyways, they took puts at 1050, which was right here. So yeah, I stopped out up here. Then I took puts again right down here. So I took the 5600 puts at 710, and they went from 710 to 1510. So they went 100% move. So I'm going to assume that I took it right around this 5. I think I took it under 560. I do remember saying, learning in the room, that I was going to take it under 560. And as soon as I broke 560, I got the 5600 puts closer to at the money at 710, and they went from 710 to 1510. So yeah, I think they went green. The ones that stopped out on the 5580 puts, I think they actually went green, but it is what it is. So yeah, my average, yeah, because I got the 560 added it, and my new average was at 430. They were definitely at above 430. I think they went to like 7. I think that's someone in the room mentioned it. But yeah, 710, 100% move right there. So that ended up being a good play. And then I didn't do anything else. So there was 1050 right here. So I waited for FOMC. The FOMC strangle I took 5610 puts at 650, and I took 5615 calls at $6, and it took him at 145, which was right here. right here. Popped a little bit. I did sold some a little before FOMC because they actually were up like $2, sorry, $2 or something like that. So I took a little bit off just in case it was a fake out from the call. So, but the calls did go from $6 to 12, and the puts I had at 650. I dumped them at 4, so I had a pretty good play on that. So good day in FOMC. I can't complain about that besides the fake out, but the loss I took on this pop right here. But it is what it is. Then on the 22nd, I took, actually before I get to that, traded his room on the 22nd, SPY calls over 563. To me, I was still thinking, we get over 563, that we were going to go at all-time high, because 563 is right here, and all-time high is $2 away. Okay, we're within $2 of all-time highs. We're gonna at least test it or try to break it, and we didn't. I'm very, very shocked that we didn't. I waited. First time the candle was green. I almost took calls here, but I didn't. I hesitated. I waited. I didn't take puts. I waited, but we have this FU setup. Well, not quite an FU setup, but we have a big red candle, green candle. So we made new lower day here. No, I did not take this. I took it at 10:30, so I took it right here. We had this big red candle. I think I missed this candle. I think this candle happened too fast, and I didn't want to chase it, so I waited. Got a few candles right here, right on the 200 EMA. Got bought. Went under it, got bought. Then when it quickly came back down to new lower day, I think actually I took it underneath 560, 50, I think, or 60. Either way, I took 5,600 puts right here at $6, and they went from 6 to 720. So I got a dollar move out of that. Then I took calls right here at 11. I do remember this, so I took it when I got over the 561 area. I took the 50, thinking that okay, we're bouncing right here. This was a stop hunt because it's starting to make it look like it's going to bounce. So one more new lower day to take out stops, then we're going to reverse. So that's what I was thinking here. So when I got over 561, I took calls. I took the 5630 calls at 720, and they went from 720 to $8. Almost got a dollar move, not quite. And the good thing I took it because it got slammed. I was really thinking this was a stop hunt, and it wasn't, and it just slammed right here. And I didn't take puts at all. I didn't chase any of this. This was just a massive move. Bounced up to the 20 EMA, which is the blue line, and it rejected. And I waited until it broke new low day at 131. No, I didn't. Right here's where I took it right there. Yeah, I didn't take it here. Bounced up a little bit, and then when it came back down below 557, I took it. I took puts. I took the 55.75 puts at 660, and they went from 660 to 11. So that ended up being a really good play. Then I took calls at 11 at 315, which is right here. No, right here. Pulled back, made a higher low, came back up. I thought for sure we get over 557, we were gonna pop. I had the 55.85 calls at 360, and it dropped and just chopped and ended up going worthless. So it was not a good end of the day play. I probably should have avoided it, but I was thinking we were really gonna pop because we made a higher low. We got a bullish divergence. You can see right here. Prices making newer lows, and history of making a higher low. So that also made me enforced my thinking of that we were gonna have a pop right here. Was the bullish divergence going on right here? Did I say bearish? I meant bullish. Yeah, bullish divergence right here. It just didn't work out. So not all divergences work out. It just sometimes they do. Sometimes they, well, most of the time they do, but that was a rare occurrence when it actually didn't. So then on Friday, said trade ideas room, SPY calls over 561, which is right. 561 is up here, rounded up because we're too close to high a day on pre-market, so I rounded up to the nearest dollar. Didn't take calls until 10:23. Small green candles in the pop. I was not expecting a massive pop like that. And we get this massive red candle right here. So when I got over the bodies of these two candles at 562, I took calls. I took the 56.50 calls at 770, and they went from 770 to 1270. So it ended up being a good play on that, being patient, just taking the snipe trade when it's there. And this was the snipe trade. To me, I didn't want to chase this. I was waiting for a nice red candle. Didn't think I was going to get one, but it did end up being a nice red candle, and we got a good play out of that. So then I took puts at 1040, which is right here when it broke. Okay, I got it. It's okay. So I must have got it right when it broke 561. I got the 55.95 puts at 690, and they went from 690 to 1720 right there. So it was a 100 plus move, 150% plus move. Definitely great move on that. Took the chance that we're going to break VWAP and flush, and we did. So that ended up being a good play. Kind of risky, but I took puts again at 345. Which was right here underneath the 561.70-ish, or did I just take it? No, I wouldn't have took it up here, because to me that would have screamed end of the day pop, but it's Friday. So I think I took it right here underneath 561.40-ish, at the low, underneath the low of this candle. I took the 56.25 puts at 490. I think they were actually in the money when I got them, and then went from 490 to 750. So got a nice $2.50 move on that. So definitely had, it was a very solid week. Just got a couple of traps, but that's part of trading. You're not going to always be right all the time. So definitely a good play on that. So that's the recap. I hope that's just helped, and thanks for watching.